Ex-Mongol Suleiman Sam Abdul Rahim, 32, was ambushed just before midday on June 25 while leaving his cousin's funeral at a Melbourne cemetery. He was shot 8 times. Sam has now recovered and spoken in media for the first time since he was shot. He talks about the incident, his recovery, his past, his bikie affiliations, his future plans and his boxing career. Sam was interviewed by Sam Newman and Don Scott on their podcast named You Cannot Be Serious. Sam also showed his gunshot wounds at the end of the podcast. Let's have a listen.
No, it had nothing to do with, it was all on good terms, to be honest, actually. So it had nothing to do with that. To be honest, I still don't know what it is. And as it's before the court, so it's a bit hard to even answer that. With walking around worried, nah, not really. You know, when my time's up, I guess. As you've seen, I got shot 8 times. Yeah, I got 4 in my chest, 2 in my hands, 2 in my ribs. Being fit played a big part. I actually fought probably 2 weeks before that. I fought 2 to 3 weeks before that I had my fight. So I was extremely fit. And yeah, my lung capacity could take it, I guess. You don't really feel the pain. It's more like you're in shock, the hell's going on. I mean, I remember just taking off and driving and thinking, fuck. Yeah, no, because the first one hit my eye over here, past my eye. And then all I remember is it felt like just punches, copping punches to the ribs. Yeah, I was in my cousin's funeral. I drove myself probably to after the lights or before the lights, I wouldn't remember, to be honest. And then after that, all I remember is my mate telling me in the car, mate, you're bleeding back, excuse my language. He goes, you got to pull over. And I didn't realise how bad I was bleeding. Halfway, I was driving to the hospital, if anything. Yeah. And then my mate pulled up and all I remember is I thought I was still on the scene, to be honest, because I was looking up and I just remember the police standing on top of me and just holding my chest and my mate gave me CPR first. And then, yeah, all I remember them, when I was watching the news saying I was at the police station, I was thinking, mate, I never drove you. When the car pulled up next to me, I thought it was one of my mates from the funeral. And when I looked and I just seen something pointing at me, I go, surely this is a joke. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was a handgun. From what the doctors have said to me at the bullets, 9mm. Yeah, and I just, like I said, I thought it was a joke. And then I just remember getting pumped with bullets. And then after that, I just remember saying to everyone when they were grabbing me, I just said to them, press on my wounds, and just no one talked to me. I said, let me control my breathing. And I was just taking slowly breaths because I couldn't take deep ones. Yeah, they reckon I died twice. My mate gave me CPR the first time, and the second time the ambos woke me up again. So yeah, 4 in my chest, 2 in my arm, and 2 in my ribs. It's just difference of opinion, you know. They got their own opinion, I got my own. Everyone runs their own race different. It's also like a football club, for example. Yep. You know, they got their own rivalry between each other. Each to their own. Yeah. How we go for rides? Yeah, we do.
Do you?
Yeah. We know it's more of a brotherhood than you do go for rides, but like I said, sometimes things tend to get. It just depends, but it's like anything. At the end of the day, you don't have to be in a bikie club to have beef with somebody. Yeah. You know what I mean? But then, like I said, some people see things differently. When you're in the part of the club, it's like Essendon and Carlton, for example. Yeah. When they get head to head, they don't like each other at the time. But it's different. It's a different ball game. Yes, I understand that. But yeah, my cousin was part of it, and to be honest, I wasn't going to join. But my cousin just goes, mate, you know,
come and be.
Yeah, with him and Toby at the time, and Toby was a good friend of mine. So I thought, fuck. Mate, I always said I'd never put a patch on my back or, you know, anything like that. But I thought, fuck, we'll give it a go. But yeah, like I said, it's... Look, I wouldn't recommend it. But joining a biker club, you know, especially like if I had a kid or something, there's no chance I'd let him join. To be honest, like, that goes with anything. You don't have to be a bikie to...
Do
control,
all that?
Yeah, to control all that stuff.
No.
You got people that aren't bikies that control drugs, prostitutes and stuff like that. So you don't have to be a biker to do that. But look, a lot of people take the bikie world in the wrong way. Yeah. And I've been a biker, so it's not as bad as people think it is. You know what I mean? Nah, I'll never join again. See, to be honest, I never put that up. Someone posted a photo of me and put that up and wrote that quote. Yeah. No, I never said that. Someone posted that photo up of me and put that up. I'd never post something like that on my Instagram, because at the end of the day, mine's a business page, so I don't want to lose my sponsors at the end of the day. So I'd never post something and, you know, be a hero on social media. It doesn't bother me. My you know, at the end of the day, my wife's Christian, so... Nah, not at all, to be honest. Like, you got Muslims and, you know, Christians in all the bike gangs, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They never play that card, to be honest. As it says many times, which is bullshit, to be honest. So, when I was on parole, 2019, they said there was 2 or 3 attempts on my life, which was bullshit. It's funny that these shootings happened, but I got an ankle bracelet on my leg. I said I was nowhere near the shootings. So they locked me up for no reason. I went back to jail, spent all my time in the slot in solitary confinement, and then I went to Supreme Court and I won the case for unlawful imprisonment. So it's funny how you say I'm the target, but my ankle bracelet shows I was nowhere near the scene. For culpable driving, cause of death, yeah. An unfortunate old lady died, yeah, God rest her soul. So I was out on parole because I was behaving good in jail. So you get an early release if you're been behaving. So yeah, I got that. I was out on parole. A lot of stuff started happening, nothing to do with me at the time. And then, yeah, a few shootings happened and they assumed that I was a target or the community was at risk. And I was like, one day I was coming out of Woolsworth and a car just comes up creeping. I was like, what the fuck's going on here? Then I get surrounded by cars and cops, like undercovers. And I was like, mate, what's going on? And they go, we're the fugitive task force. I said, fugitive? What the fuck, where am I going?
Yeah.
I was like, I got an ankle bracelet on my leg. I can't go anywhere. And then they locked me up from there. I spent my time in solitary. And then I thought, this is bullshit, man. I've been pulled off the street for no reason. I've been doing nothing wrong. I've been complying by all my rules. So when we went to court, you know, the judge said, has this bloke been complying by all the rules? And they said, yeah. He goes, okay, so I didn't understand why his parole's been pulled. He goes, they said, oh, we believe he's the intended target. Then my lawyer goes, how is he the intended target if he's nowhere near the scene? They go, well, we believe he was the target. They go, okay, but he's got an ankle bracelet on his leg. It shows exactly where he is. No good, and that's why I'm suing him at the moment. You know, Victoria Police, because at the end of the day, it was like the judge ruled, unlawful imprisonment and pay all legal costs back. I've got mates in every club, in every nationality you can think of. So at the end of the day, everyone does their own homework. You know, it's good to know, and it's good to have a good understanding where you know, who it is or what it is or why it happened. But yeah, like I said, it's before the courts, so I can't really say much about it. Not really, man. Like I said, I've got mates in every single club you could think of. You know what I mean? Every bikie club, and I speak to all of them. You know, and that's why when I joined the club with the Mongols, mate, I don't take orders from anybody. I'm not going to take orders from, you know, my own dad doesn't tell me what to do. To somebody tell me don't talk to someone. You know what I mean? And that was never going to happen. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, I respect everybody the same. I treat everybody good. But just don't step on my toes. I won't step on yours at the end of the day. So I had one go through my sides where my ribs are. I'll show you at the end. And then it pierced my T1 flex in my spine, and it got lodged in my neck. It went through the side of me, through like where my lungs are. It went up, it pierced my spine, my T1 flex. I'm just lucky no one in the car with me because I had 2 people in the car with me. Just thank God none of them were hit. To be honest, I wouldn't even have a clue if what they'll happen. I know I still got a bullet in my kidney though. They said it's safer to leave it in because they'd rather me have half of kidney than no kidney on this side. They reckon it's safer it is at the moment. That is all possibility down the track. They say you die 10 years younger. But yeah, I was in ICU so I remember being in ICU for 2 days, and then I just said, when I woke up, I said, I want to stand up. And they're like, the doctors are looking at me like, no, you're crazy, mate. I said, I want to stand up. And they're like, are you sure? I said, get me up. Because I wanted to just get out of there. I wanted to mentally fight it, mate. I didn't want to believe it was happening. So I remember standing up for about 30 seconds. I started shaking. I sat back down and I felt dizzy. And then I got back up again and they said, mate, the doctors were just stunned and just staring at me. And I was like, I need to walk. And they're like, you can't. I said, I need to walk. Yeah, but my body was telling me to get up. Yeah, my mind was telling me, even my body, because I'm so physically active, I couldn't stay just laying there in bed all day. It was too hard. And I remember to stand up and then they go to me, okay, well, you got to stay on the same spot and just keep stepping on the same spot. So I kept taking steps on the same spot. And I've done that day by day, 3 times a day for the next week. And then after that, I started walking up and down with the pram and my daughter. So I slowly got better and better and better. Then I discharged myself from hospital. 2 weeks. The aftermath was the hardest part, to be honest. Thank God for Shane Charter. He helped me out heaps. Got my body back on track. Got me up and going. And it's been 3 months since the incident, and I'm feeling not 100%, but we're about, I reckon, probably 60-70% easy. Still got no feeling a bit in my right side.
Right side?
Yeah, down here. My right, pretty much the right side of my body, I struggle with movement. It's just a process, that's all it is. Physio work, yeah, just like a lot of stretching, a lot of movement-wise. You know, I just got to, it's all about my movement at the moment, so I can't really move in certain angles. So the physio works for me that a lot, gives me all these kind of stretches. You know, I do my needling, my cupping, all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it's more mainly movement, to be honest, all that recovery. So it's more like rehab, but no, it's more restricted my pivoting. So when I throw a right hand, for example, I can't pivot as much. Look, my trainer, Pierre Karam, which was a world-ranked fighter in America, he says to me, mate, if your body's not right and you don't feel it, you don't do it. As simple as that. Yeah, and that I'm always honest with him. So like even when I'm training, even doing pad work with him now and stuff, as soon as I feel a bit of pain, I say, mate, it's enough. I'll pull off. To listen to my body. When I was younger, I wouldn't listen. I wouldn't care. I was more ego. Yeah. I wanted to just get into it. I didn't care. Like, mate, the amount of times I went into my fights injured, I went into my fight with a broken hand. You know what I mean? So even one of my fights, I went in there for a torn bicep. But I start to listen to my body now. So yeah. She loves it. She likes it because I love it. But she'd rather me obviously not pull my body through that. So it's time to move forward. I'm going for the WBC title, hopefully around March. Yeah, they reckon within 6 months' time I'll be able to get punched on my kidneys again. And yeah, so going for that WBC title in around March time. It's always been my goal to win that world title. At the moment, I think I'm 20 in Australia or 19. Sure I do. But this fight will put me in the top, I think, 50 in the world if I win the WBC. But I hope they do.
Yeah.
Because I actually didn't mean it. It was an accident.
Of course.
And I am remorseful. And up until now, even though I've done my time, I am still remorseful because at the end of the day, I was someone's mother. I've got a night rod special. Night rod special.
A night
Harley
rider.
Davidson. Night rod. Harley Davidson. So I've custom mine out. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, like I said, so it's being part of a bike club. It's not what people think it is, but it's also not a good thing. Like I said to my wife, mate, touch anything, take all my cars, house, whatever you want.
Don't touch
Don't
the
touch my bike.
This man has been shot 8 times outside a funeral, well documented, and I'm going to get Sam, take that off, give us a look at what it looks like when you've had your body shot 8 times. Now, where were you shot? The 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and shot in the eye. And look at that, how'd you like that as a torso, mate? If you see a Sam on a bike beside you, give him a wide berth. You cannot be serious.